Hello, everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. First place for a tag? Yeah, I mean it's not wrong. Wait, reply to a comment. Technically correct, the best kind of correct. I'm gonna take a new picture of the screws. It doesn't have here. I've got like lighting directly from the top, which is awful for taking pictures of. Well, whatever. Hopefully. Every dinner, he's the longest screwdriver known to man. So I got the screwdriver for free. It's from Be Quiet. I don't actually have anything Be Quiet at the moment. Actually, that's a lie. I have a very old computer that has a Be Quiet power supply. Anyways, I've got the frame assembled. We're just looking as to what slot mode this is set up for, because it's a little bit confusing. So the rear panel, this was pre-installed by the way. The rear panel, the motherboard I/O shield bracket was pre-installed. Seems to be set up for 2.75 slot mode. Thanks for the follow, Ahanix. And thanks for the follow, Be the Meat Shield. But that seems to be set up for 2. That's me trying to be a dolphin. That's set up for 2.75 slot mode. The manual. Yahoo! God, thanks for the subscription as well. Oh my god. Thanks all. Please don't. I still need to set up with the correct text information. What's really look like they're in different modes, or is the camera? They are in different modes because I was just getting confused. With what the manual suggests versus what the rear panel was assembled as. There's that doesn't. So the manual, if I'm looking, did I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible holes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely don't have that correct here. But I'm just trying to follow the manual as blindly as I can, just to, I don't know, test that as well along. Yeah, so that is a bit confusing because the case, the rear I/O bracket seems to be set up for a different slot mode than the God, I can't speak today. Than the manual is set up for. But the rear panel was set up for 2.75 slot mode. So I will just build in 2.75 slot mode. But I'm gonna make a note of that.
You must pay!
Thanks for that. Yeah, the manual basically looks like it's doing 3.25 slot mode. And the case was set up for 2.75. Battery on my electric screwdriver is actually running out a little bit. Tighten them up manually. Also, thanks for the subscription failure. The hype train going. I think that might generally be the first time ever. My dinner aside a little bit. And then we have one of the side struts here already. Of course, that should be as such. Slots in nicely. I don't have an lttstore.com screwdriver. Although I was actually thinking about getting one. My aunt lives in the US and she is coming here early March, well mid-March, and yeah, I need to order one to her address basically. Three slot mode, I agree, Hanix. I at least looking at the builds that we've seen in the server, that is by far the most slot mode. Okay, so the next page of the manual does talk about choosing the CPU slot sizing, but that should really be before you add the top strut, etc. I'm looking forward. Because I'm typing. Okay. Get one for you. Are you? Yeah, I can't really actually. Sorry, my aunt really doesn't have much stuff to bring. So we do have a nice stand-up selection. So you are gonna want 30 plus 5 millimeters, says the manual. These two standoffs aren't better. Fuck. Maybe I can't screw. Different 5 millimeter one. Also doesn't work great. How do we? Have received a level 1 hype train. That's actually not there. There, that's not sure which one was actually wrong then, but thanks for the follow, Jadabi. Then riser brackets. We have the case as such. We hold this So
Oh.
it attaches this. One thing I find interesting is what are those noises? It's the horn in Baldur's Gate 3. And also thank you for the follow, Arksum. Also, so these brackets, that was not a horn. It was. Well, then I don't even know anymore. Sorry. Okay, I really need to focus to speak. So these GPU cover plates are pre-installed. They have a screw going through them. The screw protrudes on the inside of the case, and it just ever so slightly interferes with where the riser bracket should be. Like if it was screwed out like one more turn, it would be fine. But it's not. So I'm gonna screw it out one more turn. I'm gonna make a note of that. Best emote, thank you. Also, if you join my Discord server and you are subscribed on Twitch, then you get to use the emotes for free on Discord, even if you don't have Twitch Nitro. And that includes simply 630 no cheese. Is Twitch mobile UI so poo? Yeah, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. And I really should have added this first, but it'll be okay. This standoff didn't thread fully into the riser bracket actually. Gonna go back in further? Probably not. Okay, this standoff is being very stubborn. Creeper, watch out. Yeah, I heard that. Don't worry. Okay, I really need to update my text details in Twitch. You're gonna keep doing this. This is just a problematic standoff. Because this one was already giving me trouble.
Some _ says cheese.
Cheese? No. Hundreds of 1040s? I have no idea what you're on about. There we go. Okay, that's next up. Then This is interesting. So the next step says to screw in here. Okay, never mind. I thought that was pre-done, but it is not. There. Can't figure out how to subscribe with Prime on mobile. I'm not sure if you can. Someone's handing out subs like Guru Oprah. Oh yeah. Then the next step says to secure here, there. Okay, this one I already did. This one I need to do. This manual is most definitely better than the original T1 2.0 manual, the one I initially did things with. But that's not much of a challenge. To the GPU fund? Probably not. Then it says to install motherboard handoffs and power supply brackets. So let's start with power supply. So far, the assembly is pretty damn similar, with the only exception being different screws. But the steps so far have all been identical. This is interesting. There's a difference here. No, there isn't. I thought in the old one these screws for the power supply bracket went in different. Grab these against me. One. V2. And then motherboard standoffs. So it indicates to me to use the 6mm standoffs. Boy, I hope I didn't accidentally use standoffs. We should have measured those at first. This one is 5mm. Then the one I used before is 6mm. Yep. Oopsie. Won't tell anyone. Okay. Then motherboard standoffs. So the manual says to put motherboard standoffs here. Here. For a spare goat to check Motherboard, I do not have a spare goat, unfortunately. I have 2 goats in the house, but they're both in use. This standoff is also burning. That's going to be a comment. But I had the same as my original one, actually. Go. 9,400 subs away from a 4090. Well, if you really want to make that happen, go for it, but I would not recommend it. I think there are cheaper ways to get me a 4090 if that is what you really just. Oh my god. There we go. Let me make a note. Right, next page is the manual. Install motherboard. Done. Install riser. Well, I guess we can take a look at the riser. There are indeed cheaper ways to get me a 4090 to do a failure, but interesting. There's a little bit of a protective item on there. Just protects the little bracket. This riser looks quite nice actually. It's got the wire approach rather than the, well, 6 stuck together wires. It's black. Pretty good to me. It's got a protector on the riser socket. That's gonna catch out a bunch of people. I'm gonna make a note of that. Your 2.0 had that? Oh. I'm pretty sure my 2.0 didn't have. But I did get one pretty early then, so maybe it was a change at some point. But okay, good to know. How does the manual say to install the riser? Manual suggests to flip the case this way. I forgot. Maybe I forgot. And then to put it like this. Will be less durable. Honestly, kind of doubt it. They really do feel pretty damn durable. And the Luke Cobalt has had the same thing, right, for ages, and that's always been fine. Yeah, it is separate wires. They're all, you can count them one by one. The guitar. And it is black, which a lot of people did request. The riser bracket still has the double sets of mounting holes, but actually only one of them is possible, because with the other one the PCIe slot interferes. And if anybody cares, this is 16B version 9.3. 16B version 9.3. You got autumn on it? Good. One. Yeah, I can still see the link. I can still see it's an AliExpress link. So all good. Right. Riser installed. Then it says GPU hanger. So the GPU hanger is pre-installed, and it says to basically screw in these into the metal bracket at the back of a GPU, PCIe slot bracket, whatever it's called, to attach those here, which makes sense. The one thing actually with this manual as well is it suggests to install the motherboard before the GPU. Might be a problem. You think I've always installed the hanger after GPU in? It's not been a problem for me, but I've got the 2.0 style hanger where it's like a square cylinder. I don't know what to call it, like a beam, rather than the angled piece now. And just I think last week I pulled out my GPU and put it back in without touching the GPU hanger. Then yeah, it also shows how to use the short GPU hanger in case you have a water blocked card. Then it installs the power cable, which I put here. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Exoc. So it suggests you put the cables through, and the manual suggests you install it on the outside. That is certainly a possibility. Show you this. So if I install it like there is a little bit of wiggle room still on either side of the when installed. It's not just mirrored, like it's not much of a gap actually. I need the bottom, but that might just be me not having things up very. Pretty good. Outside Akko, yeah. Let's see how it works out from the inside. So, because I do recall you had to use the long screws mounted on the inside last time. Well, it's the panel that's threaded, so to put in screw this way. Have if you're not on the inside? Yeah, I'll show it off in a second. The screwdriver is magnetic, but it's a little bit annoyingly magnetic sometimes. And you still have the nightmare of installing this on the inside when you're doing it that way. But that did work, actually. Even with this giant screwdriver. And the gap now, still there. Looks bigger actually this way. The crooked thing is me just not screwing well. That's what she said. Okay. Then it suggests to install the other side strut. Be like so. I think one thing that I liked on the old T1 is the side strut was keyed. Basically, you could only put it in the correct way. You couldn't rotate it like this and put it in. But that doesn't seem to be the case now. You can flip it. Might be nice for some builds, but I can't think of any situations. Yeah, 2.1, sorry. 2.0, sorry. Yeah, when I'm referring to my old T1, I'm referring to my 2.0. I never actually had a 1.1 or a 2.1 for that matter. The machining, the surface quality on the version 2.5 it is pretty nice. I always have very deep fingerprints. Greasy guy, I guess. So don't mind that. But hi Tim. You can flame whatever you want, wherever you want. Power button also comes pre-installed, by the way, and NVIDIA broadcast. Wait. Yeah, NVIDIA broadcast is removing the button sound. Oh, thanks for the other sub. I'm gonna have to like go and change my text details on Twitch, like. Gonna have problems. Gonna have problems. Oh god. Definitely didn't just open my. Struts wouldn't be able to flip on both sides anyway because the hole in the center. Yeah, totally. You're right. You are correct. Already installed the other side strut. Yes, I totally did. Sorry, done that there. Then next step, it says to use either the long or the short fan brackets. It should indicate for which. I can install them, I guess, but I don't really know right now. We want to go for the long or the short fan bracket. The silver 1.1 is best against fingerprints. Texture of the black one was preventing fingerprints quite good. Yeah, it has been for me as well. I just always have receive fingerprints. They are not symmetric, the short fan brackets. Okay. You have the thing for the motherboard. For the bigger motherboard heatsink. So you are supposed to use this one on the motherboard side, this one on the motherboard side. Is that the riser included? Yes. It's black and stringy. One is short to allow rear port shenanigans. Yeah, and I think mostly motherboard compatibility actually. You hate it? Too stringy? More practical for many situations. Let's install the short fan brackets. Better for airflow. I mean, there's not gonna be much airflow happening there anyways, but the individually string ones, they tend to be a little bit more flexible. So flexible or not, just can't imagine how yucky it feels to touch. It really doesn't. And I understand your like texture kind of thing. Have similar things, but not here. Another short fan bracket. SSD gets more air. I don't think it'll make. I don't think the impact of it will be noticeable for the riser. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Maybe better, yeah, maybe actually. I don't know, maybe. The mythical blue riser. I liked it as well, but honestly, there were a lot of people who really wanted a black one, so I can also understand why they changed it. That is short fan brackets. Then feet. And I'm talking about case feet, okay? For any of you people get any ideas. I have one laying up here. There we go. And generally though, the surface quality feels really good on these. It is, yeah, it's really nice. There's no obvious machining marks on here. There's none that don't seem deliberate. Or is it nobody will ever see? I mean, people do care. Where on earth did I put? It's reviewer unit, maybe. Yeah, that's the other thing I should mention. Again, W360 did send me this for free. I'm expecting a customs bill, but haven't gotten anything yet. But FedEx does tend to send that late. It was delivered to me, at least with FedEx, which was same for my T1 V2.0. Right after launch, they used FedEx, and then eventually they swapped to 4PX. It wouldn't surprise me if we see the same thing here. Run to a cash machine once for a FedEx driver. Oh my god. I had that when I was in Belgium. I had a parcel that had duties on it, and they only accepted cash on they only accepted cash at the door, and they did not offer change, which was ridiculous. Delivery driver, that's insane. Yeah, totally. But that's the thing, right? So basically, the way it works then is the delivery company paid for you, so they don't want to hand over the parcel before you have paid. What was on the rear? Yeah, I'll check once they've got it installed. Okay, they got some change in them. Yeah, ridiculous. This screwdriver is too magnetic. Screwdriver's more attractive than you. Where are my two assistants? I don't know, I just heard one of them scream. He's talking about cats, for those that don't know. Be quiet, screwdriver? Yep. Got it for free. Screwdriver's more attractive. Oh, I just got that joke. Okay. Suggest to install the bottom panel. I think the slots where the tabs on the top panel slot in the front panel are different, but I am not 100% sure on that. It's suggesting me that I install the piece upside down, which I'm gonna not do. So let me grab the other top panel. upside down, but different from the way I would like to have it installed. Cares about the suggestions? Exactly. And now we do have some very long thumb screws actually. When are we getting the drop test? Like Evo thumb screws? Yeah, might be. I am not familiar with the M1 Evo screws. I don't have one. Cancelled my order. Right. Then it says side panels and top panel. Lighting has a color match off. Pretty sure that's just lighting. Yeah, lighting and angle. Yeah, it looks to be lighting and angle. Side panels. Where do I even? One. I'm going to stick this side to the case. So far, stability is pretty damn good actually. And actually, I forgot a screw. I just realized. I forgot to screw for the power supply in the front panel. Let me do that. I always, every single time that I say I forgot, and people post a bunch of skull emojis, I'm like, oh my god, what did I do? And then I realized, like, it looks like there's enough space to thread two screws into the front panel for the power supply bracket support. That is not really possible because the heads of the screws are just marginally too big for that. Side panels. Panel 1. They'll do the gull wing door thingamajig. Side down gull wing door. And then it is time for the final panel. All on the top panel or is yeah, I'll look at them. Don't worry, I did not forget. Riser's a little bit in the way. Ah, my bad. Oh. Helps if I put it on the right way. How did it feel and look? So for look, I posted a bunch of pictures on the SSF Guru's Discord and Case channel. They look very similar to the steel side panels, but they're a little bit different. Slightly. They are lighter than the steel side panels. I think slightly lighter even than the CNC aluminium side panels. Because the aluminium CNC side panels are a little bit thicker as well. And feel. Yeah, the CNC ones do feel a little bit smoother. But honestly, I don't think the difference is very big. Case is upside down. Yeah, it is for now. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Okay, so stability of the top panel. Pretty damn stable. Now it's upside down. Side panels. Not really any flex here in this one. Slightly more in this one. But the power cable is pushing against this one actually. Test. But there's nothing inside, so it's not really fair. Stability for the bottom panel. Anyway. Then, if we look at the gap on the side, so slight little bit, but sliding cable measures no components. Yeah, there's nothing to hook them onto. Tiny little bit of flex here, but honestly, not much. I genuinely think the gap looks bigger on screen than it does in real life. There's a horizontal slot on the bottom rear. Which one? Oh yeah, I need that. In the Form D, in the SSF Guru's Discord, in the Form D channel, if you look at the pins, there's a guide on how to change slot mode. You do have to loosen a screw at the back as well, like basically this one. But changing slot mode is pretty easy. One long, one short at the bottom. These. So this is from the top strut, right? So the top strut runs right here. Because you need to be able to move it, it needs to have several places where it can be, right? So that's just from there. All you gotta do is move the spine, that's basically it? Yeah. So this is from the top strut selection, or the GPU size selection. And right now I've got it built in 2.75 slot mode. You're required to unscrew the motherboard and PSU, correct? No, it shouldn't. Okay, yeah, we're talking about gap. Bottom end. Here. Gap here. A little bit more gap here. Yeah, that is a little bit more gap actually. That is a bit more bowing in like this direction basically. Want to offer promotion on my channel? Well, go and fuck off, please. Bam. How many people are even watching? No? 13, not bad. No? Oh, come on. You try CNC panels? Maybe. Give me 1 minute. Just flip this around again. But the gap here is a top panel thing, not a side panel thing. You'd love to see the difference? I can grab one. Gap is bigger in the middle? Yeah. Something 3 T1s? No. Okay, I can either get a aluminium side panel from there or from my current computer. I'll go for current computer. With those some screws in my pocket, so CNC aluminium side panel in dies. Scalpel confirmed, has dinner plate of screws. So that's the aluminium CNC side panel. If I do this, V2.5 aluminium. CNC aluminium. 2.5 aluminium. Two point oh CNC aluminium. Hey, really? In the gap, maybe, yeah, but in overall aesthetics, not really. The whole spacing and whole sizing is basically up close side by side. It's in, I've got a picture of it in the NCase channel. Yeah, now I will put the CNC aluminium panel back. All right. Wait for the 2.5 or just buy the 2.1 now? Really up to you. So top panel was it? Ah, too late. V1.1 owner, you hate just letting me see go. Seeing that as a V1.1 owner, you hated seeing me let go of the side panel. Yeah, I've heard a bit of feedback before. At least you get cool magnets, eh? Like 2.5. V1.1 side panel just falls. Yeah. Any more questions about the case specifically? Yeah, the 2.1 is slightly more expensive than the 2.5. Yeah, the difference is noticeable from 2.0, 2.1 to this. Design-wise, no, not really. I have to say the assembly process is a lot more convenient having just one type of screw. It's just very practical. Customer support is CS. Having the one type of screw was really convenient. It really doesn't seem to have affected like structure much. Like taking the table, not the case. I don't know why the one type of screw is in countersunk M38. Well, there's a few places where a short screw wouldn't work out really well. Sorry, where a longer screw wouldn't work out really well. One of the examples is with the GPU cover plates. Another one is if you have a short standoff. Basically, you know where the side strut and the riser bracket connect, and there's a standoffs in between. You have like a 5mm standoff closest to the side strut, and then an 8mm screw there. That doesn't always work. It doesn't always play nicely. But all the panels were thicker? No. They mentioned side struts, or they mentioned side and top struts. Side struts are slightly thicker in one place, from what I measured, and I haven't checked the top strut yet because it's at the bottom of my case that is running the stream of the PC. It's at the bottom of the case of the PC that is running the stream right now, so it's not very easy to get to. Right, any more questions? Thank you. Good. E white? I don't know. I don't know of anything E white. Goodness, the camera is really overexposing here. the screw in the back. What's it for? You mean this one? That one? Holding bracket? Yeah, this one holds the. Basically, it holds the motherboard I/O shield bracket in the case. Because it attaches to the top strut as well. And this way you can also like select motherboard and GPU sizing. You have the some screw slots stripped. Oh, they all work fine for me. All work fine for me. All right. Solid build, yeah. Pretty solid. All right. Last chance. Any more questions? If not, I am gonna end the stream.
I don't know what hole I am in.
Nice end to the stream. Thank you for the follow, Elmon.
Uxum_ says poop.
Nice. You there? Thanks for the follow, Boss Achilles, as well. Oh my. Right, then I am gonna head off. I am gonna take some pictures of this to post as well. And then post my notes. And call it a day. Alright, thank you everybody for being here. I hope you all had as good a time as I did. I do stream more regularly, but I don't stream T1 very often. I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 lately. I'm still on my first playthrough because I just do not have enough time. So feel free to come and hang out then as well. But yeah. Ending already? Yeah, I'm sorry, Exact. Do you have any question? If you have a burning question, then fire it. And otherwise, it'll be for now. Yeah, I normally play Baldur's Gate 3 or some other RPG game or whatever the hell I'm playing. So always feel free to join for that as well if you want. But yeah, thank you. I hope you all had as good a day as I did. And I will see you all again next time. Thank you and goodbye. 5 more seconds, Exact, to ask a question if you have one. 5, 4, 3.